Okay, CSS battle time. Let's see what we can do with this. That looks fun. That really does. Um, okay. So I think what I will do is these circles here. I think these are just two circles, right? This can all be the HTML document, even this border here. I might be able to do a. I can either do a border on this, which might be useful to do. I might be able to reuse it down here and then scale it down for these three elements here. These might be three elements. These might be. Man, I don't know what to make of that. So anyways, the two circles and this, I'll just do a box shadow instead. Let's just keep this simple because I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. So I think this right here is going to have to be its own element. Maybe I do want a border on this. And if I scale it down, I can keep the same border and then add a border radius. And so this white edge can be the border, and I can do a linear gradient for the background. You know, like it's white, blue, white, you know, right? And so I can just do two color stops and then do the size for the width and get it to repeat down the length, but then just have a white border there. And this white border should be like half of that, so I can size it to be like double the size, but then scale it down, and then we get everything kosher. Or I could just do a variable and reassign it for the width of the border. That sounds a little bit more reasonable, actually, to do that. Okay, all right, we have a plan. We are going to do my usual of doing gradients. How fun is that? But I can do this just with the HTML and body. So that's fun. We are going to do a, oh, if I do a box shadow, yeah, we're going to do a border. 20 pixels. Oh my goodness, my typing is awful. Solid. And we're going to do the blue color. That's not the blue color. How did I get that color? Oh, it's from like yesterday. That's fun. All right. Let's get our body selected and oh, I'm gonna have to redo the color on the body as well for the border. Two variables? Because I can do them in line. Or do I just write a whole new border at that point? It might be worth it just to write a whole new border. Because adding the variables, the names, and the parentheses is quite a few characters. So it's var, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9 characters to add it. So two of them would be 18 characters. And then what we're looking at is 18 characters to do that, and then reassigning the variables down here is even more instead of just writing another border. So I think that's what I'll end up doing is we'll end up doing border 10 pixels solid and this white color, you know. All right, we're gonna do background. That's not what I meant to do. Bumped the trackpad. It's gonna be that. All right, let's get it the right color. Okay, and we're gonna get, actually it's not that, it's going to be a radial gradient. That's right. 1Q. And we're gonna do the blue color first, and it's about 50 pixels, right? And then we're gonna do this color for the rest. All right, so we got that. Let's position it with this and size it. So we're gonna do 50 pixels. So it's moved over. All right, negative 50 pixels, and then we're gonna do a slash, and we're gonna do like 100 pixels. All right, good. 200. It's a little bit better. This is getting overwritten in the body, so let's actually get ourselves the body's background overwritten to hide it for the moment. Okay. We're seeing the border of the body as well. No, it won't matter. We'll just move this. 40, 30. Okay. Let's see what our spacing and sizing looks like here. Let's go a little bit smaller. 150. No. 160, 170. That looks a bit better. 20. 25. No. 20. 5. Okay. And then if we change this to 160. 20. There we go. We got them lined up. Okay. That's not too bad. I don't think that's really that bad to write this one little radial gradient to get 2 circles. I feel like that's pretty good. And that's pretty cost effective. Now our body, let's margin it into place. So we can do, right now it's around this edge right here. So margin, let's shrink it down, 100. There we go. Let's turn on our diff, and what we're looking to do is put it out so the outer edge is at these and the top edges are at the top edges, of course. So let's do 110. Those are good, and then the sides are going to be like 80. Oh, look at that. Now we can throw a border radius on this. Oops. My keys. Oh, boy. Let's try 1 inch. Let's see what... That looks pretty stinking good. Okay. It seems like 1 inch or 2 inch seems to work pretty good on a lot of these for what the border radius is. Let's see what happened. Yeah, it's about the same. It's probably like 50%, but it's the same number of characters, so let's change it back to 1. That's good enough for me. At least I hope it is. And then we just need to change our background to a linear gradient and size it. And we should be done. I really hope we're done. Linear gradient. Let's do the right thing. We're going to say 90 degrees. And we're going to... Let's start with the blue color. Alright? And it's going to go like 30 pixels. And then we're going to do this color and say 0. Alright. Turn off the diff. Let's position it 50 pixels. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's get it started at the right spot. 10. Okay. I like it so far. We're going to do 40 pixels. Good. And then if we do a slide size of what? 50 or 60 pixels, right? We're almost there. I think about 60 pixels should do it for us. Yeah. Okay, let's hit submit and see if everything lines up. We've got those weird shadows on the diff, so let's see if those are going to play a factor. We might have to play around with 100%. We don't. I was worried about nothing. I like this solution. I don't think I'm going to chase anything differently. That was cool. Gradients to get repeated elements, and we have... Yeah, I think that's a good use of it. The border, if I could get more clever with the border, the only other thing I could do is the box shadow, but then I'd have to rewrite a box shadow. What else could I do? I mean, I could add another element, and then I wouldn't have to, but then I'd have a whole nother background. Yeah, it's just this repeated code here that I wouldn't mind changing. I wouldn't have to rewrite the box shadow, actually. I could just change this selector to an and sign, and then it would only land on the HTML element, and then I could do a star nested, and that would be the body. So I guess I wouldn't have to redo the border, but the border is still a really nice way to bring that gradient in on the sides like I did right here. So that made it really easy. So yeah, I guess I have to change the color. I have to change that. Yeah, I don't know. I know there's gonna be a more clever way to do this. There's definitely. I never get the top solution. I'm not that guy, but I'm learning. Hopefully you're learning along with me. But 220 I think is respectable, and I'm pretty happy that we pulled that off so quickly. So hope you're having a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.